Hey, Shalom, Israel. Priest and Officer Shabal of I.S.U.P.K, Las Vegas, under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand that since 1969, we've been teaching so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? And with us being the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel, there are laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave us that if we follow them, we will be the greatest people on the face of the earth. You understand? The flip side is if we didn't follow them, you understand, we'd be destroyed. You understand? No matter what we try to do, if we didn't keep these law, statutes, and commandments, we'd be destroyed. You understand? So if you want to know why we're in the condition that we're in 2020, you understand, and why we've been under the foot of these oppressors for the last 400 plus years, is because we refuse to take heed to these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And the biggest one that we refuse to take heed to is the laws of interracial marriages. You understand? It's a damn shame that in 2020, we're still talking about these things. You understand? When the Most High laid this out for us thousands of years ago. You understand? So we're going to go into the scriptures. I'm gonna read a few of them, and I'm gonna bring y'all some examples as to why interracial marriages, you understand, is not of the Lord, but instead is of your own selfish and lustful desires. You understand? So we're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. We're gonna start there, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. It says, "Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son." Verse 4, "For they will turn away thy son from following me, and they may serve other gods." You get my point? These two scriptures are very specific in what it is that the Most High is telling us. He's telling us, you understand, that by making marriages with these other nations, you understand, those other nations will turn us away from serving our God and serving other gods. You understand? And serving those other gods is white Jesus, serving Allah. You know what I mean? Being a Jehovah's Witness. Anything that you can think of that's outside of serving the Most High God, which is Yahweh in the Hebrew, you understand, is not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? So let's go into it a little bit, right? I'm gonna read verse 4 again. It says, "For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods." You understand? So you use some examples, right? Here's some examples. You got Armari Hardwick, right? This is a brother that's popular from that show Power. You understand? This brother is married to a white woman. You get what I'm saying? Doc Rivers, married to a white woman. Tay Diggs, I'm not sure if he's still married to a white woman, but I know at one point in time, he was married to a white woman. You get what I'm saying? Eve, married to a white man. Serena Williams, married to a white man. You get what I'm saying? And in the midst of in the midst of our people marrying these heathens, you understand, they don't know who the Most High is. And because they don't know who the Most High is, you understand, us being a respecter of persons, we follow them. And because we see what they're doing and they give off the perception that it's okay, we think that it's okay. So we end up doing the same thing. You understand? And in the midst of us doing the same thing, what ends up happening? As we serve them, we lose sight of ourselves. And what I mean by us losing sight of ourselves, we lose sight of our culture. We lose sight of our heritage. We lose sight of the history. We lose sight of the death and the destruction at the hands of these heathens. You get my point? And what's so bad about it is us loving these other nations and us marrying these other nations. You get what I'm saying? In the midst of us marrying these other nations, one thing that they haven't done is start to love us in return. The more love that we show them, the more hatred they show us. You understand? What do I mean by that? I'll give you an example. There's a NASCAR truck driver by the name of Ray Ciccarelli. You get what I'm saying? Racist devil. His name is Ray Ciccarelli. And if you say it fast, it sounds like his name is racist. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like his name is Racist Sorelli, but his name is Racist Sorelli. This devil said that he was going to quit driving for NASCAR because NASCAR decided after all these years to finally get rid of the Confederate flag. You get my point? This devil decided he's turning down money, which we all know that the white man loves. He decided to turn down money because they decided to not allow drivers to have the Confederate flag on their vehicles, nor will they be waving the Confederate flag at their races. You get my point? I seen a shirt the other day that this devil was wearing that said "Stand for the anthem" because it stands for something. What that anthem stands for is white supremacy. And every black, Hispanic, and Native American that stands for that flag or stands for that anthem is standing for white supremacy. You get my point? But marrying these other nations and loving these other nations will make you blind to that. You get my point? If we want to go into history and look at the hatred that they have for us, Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight boxing champion. You understand? And when he was locked up, He was the one that invented the wrench. You get my point? And the white man was so mad at the fact that this brother created such an incredible tool for us to use. They named it the monkey wrench. So if anybody ever wanted to know why the monkey wrench is called the monkey wrench, that was the white man's way of clowning our people for coming up with this invention. You get what I'm saying? Marrying these other nations is not going to make them love us. Instead, what it's going to do is make them hate us even more. If you look at the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King, where he begged for the love of the white man, you understand? In the midst of him begging for the love of the white man was raping, lynching, and murdering us and locking us up at ridiculous rates. And this was in the 60s. You fast forward to 2020, the same things that was happening back then is happening today. You get my point? So why is this scripture so important? Because loving these other nations and marrying these other nations, you know what I'm saying, will leads us to serving other gods. You get my point? So when has Serena Williams said anything about the murders of George Floyd or Breonna Taylor or Ahmaud Arbery? You get what I'm saying? What has Tay Diggs said? What has Doc Rivers said? You get my point? What is either one of what has either one of them said? You know what I mean? To let you know that we need to separate from our enemies. You get my point? To separate from the oppressor. You see what I'm saying? They don't have the heart to say that because they're married to these same people that we need to separate from. You understand? You got Shaquille O'Neal and you got Jay-Z out here, you know what I'm saying? Because they love the white man so much, they'll never come out and say what needs to be said. Instead, they'll go the other way. They'll never come out and call out the white man for who they are. You get what I'm saying? And whether you married to them by sleeping with them or you married to them by making money with them, you understand? And when I say making money with them, I'm talking about making life-changing money because we all in oppression. We all have a slavery that we have to go to. You get what I'm saying? But we don't worship the white man the way Jay-Z does, the way Shaquille O'Neal does. You get what I'm saying? The way Oprah and Gayle does. You get what I'm saying? Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King, every opportunity that they have to tear down black men and black women, they do it. More so black men than black women. You understand? But when it comes to the white man, you don't hear them saying a goddamn thing. Why? Because they're in bed with them. And I don't mean literally, even though they probably are, you understand? But I mean figuratively. You get what I'm saying? So these scriptures is heavy, man. If we follow these scriptures, you understand, it'll keep us awake and it'll keep us from serving these other gods. It'll keep us from wanting to love the white man and want to join their movements. You get my point? Because nothing that the white man has ever set up has ever been set up, you understand, to empower blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Instead, they've been set up to destroy blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You get my point? So much to the point there's a brother named Carl Douglas, right? He's a civil rights attorney. This brother's been a civil rights attorney for about 40 years. And he's born and raised in LA. So he knows about Rodney King. He knows about the Watts riots. He knows about the LA riots. He knows about all these things. But because of his love for white people, you understand, when he's acknowledging them, he's calling them his white brothers and white sisters. That's a problem. You understand? And that in 2020, despite everything that they've done to us and everything that they're doing to us, that we still have the audacity to refer to them as my white brothers and my white sisters. You understand? I'll give you another example. There's a cat named DJ D Dizzle. He's a DJ for 99.1. You understand? A radio station out in the Inland Empire. This brother made a post that said, "I'll never let racist white people make me forget that dope white people exist. I love y'all." You get my point? This is what happens when you make marriages with these other nations. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you try to love the white man. You know what I'm saying? And you loving a white man, you're saying that you hate your people. Because in the midst of everything that they're doing, there's tweets like this out there. You get what I'm saying? You got brothers calling them out, acknowledging them as my white brothers and sisters. You get what I'm saying? When we're quick to call these other nations our brother and sister before we call our own brother and sister. You get my point? Not all the money in the world, you understand, will keep them from calling you a nigger, from murdering you in the streets. You get what I'm saying? From pushing you to abort your babies. You understand? Let me pull another scripture real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. Let me grab that real quick. You understand? Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. It says, "And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Thou that closest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. What does that mean? That means no matter how much gold you put on, no matter how many earrings you wear, no matter how much makeup you sisters put on, no matter how much fine clothing y'all put on, because y'all love wearing Versace and Gucci and all these name brand clothes and spending all this money to make yourself fit in with the white man and make yourself look like the white man so you can fit into a society. You understand? The scriptures say, thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life. What does that mean? You understand? No, again, Oprah Winfrey was, I forget what country she was in, but she went out there and she was out there and she went into the store to go shop. You know what I'm saying? And that heathen in there told her that she didn't, that she couldn't afford what was in there. You get what I'm saying? Because even Oprah Winfrey, at the end of the day, you're looked at as nothing more than a nigga. You get what I'm saying? So all the money in the world won't keep them from looking at you as nothing more but a filthy nigga. You get what I'm saying? LeBron James made a tweet a couple weeks ago saying, why doesn't America love us? You know what I'm saying? This is the same brother that had niggas spray painted on his house. You understand? No matter how much money you make, no matter how high you can jump, no matter how many three-pointers you can make, no matter how many points you score, the white man is going to look at you as nothing more but an enemy. He's going to hate you no matter what you do. You get what I'm saying? No matter how much, what's that? Candace Owens. I don't even want to call her a sister. She's not worthy of being called my sister. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much Candace Owens continues to kiss the white man's ass, they look at her as nothing more but a nigger, and they hate her. The scripture says, thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. So no matter what you say, you understand, the first time you step out of line, they're going to gun your ass down too. You get my point? No matter how much ass Jay-Z and Shaquille O'Neal kiss and brothers like that, Tate Diggs, you understand? No matter how much ass you kiss, the white man is going to continue to hate your guts. You understand? If he doesn't do nothing to you directly, he's going to continue to kill your people in the streets. You understand? There's been 2 lynchings over the last couple of weeks that have been ruled suicide. You understand? A brother was found dead, handcuffed in the back of the police car, and they ruled it a suicide. You get my point? This is what happens when we continue to love these other nations. You understand? No matter how much love we try to show to these other nations will show you just how much they hate you. You get my point? Let me pull another scripture real quick. Still in the book of Jeremiah, right? You understand? This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. It says, why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Right? This is Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Meaning what? Why give up? Why trade in your culture to seek the love of the white man? Why are you walking around with a shape up? Why are you walking around with a bald face? You get what I'm saying? Why you walking around, you understand, with a 3-piece suit on? Why you walking around with these shiny shoes on? Why is it that you running up in a Christian church? You understand? When nowhere in this Bible does it tell you, you understand, to go into this church and join hand in hand with these devils. You understand? You wearing these shiny suits, you saying all the politically correct things, you understand, to seek the love of the white man, but yet they're continuously showing you just how much they hate you. How do you know? I'll give you an example. I was walking the streets of Las Vegas. You understand? Rocking this shield, rocking the braids, rocking the beard. And all the looks that I got was disgust and hatred. You get what I'm saying? And guess what? If I would have had on a 3-piece suit, you understand, with a clean cut, they still would have been looking at me with hatred. You understand? Why am I bringing that up? Because no matter where we are, whether it's Las Vegas, whether it's Los Angeles, whether it's San Bernardino, no matter where we are in these streets, you know what I'm saying, your oppressors will hate your guts. So no matter how hard you trim your way to seek love, you understand, your oppressor will continue to show you hatred. You get what I'm saying? That's why there's an ICE detention center. You get what I'm saying? That's why the prison population is full with blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. You understand? Let me grab one last scripture before we end this, right? Let me grab Proverbs 3 and 31. Proverbs 3 and 31. Proverbs 3 and 31 says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? Loving white people will not save you. Joining hands in hand and marching and protesting with these white people will not hate you. How is it that you can walk hand in hand with a nation of people that are responsible for the deaths in the first place? The reason why y'all protesting in the first place is because of what white people are doing to your people. But yet you want to join hand in hand with them? Listen, man, it wasn't working in the 60s. It's not working today. You understand? The answer to your problems, you understand, if you want to end racism, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, stop having to march in the streets and join hand in hand with your oppressors, join the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? Since 1969, we've been teaching you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know what I'm saying, your true identity according to this Bible. And if you come into this truth and you learn the truth about this Bible, you'll understand who you are, and you'll understand just how powerful you are. You understand? And you'll separate yourselves from these heathens. And we'll come together in the spirit of the Most High in Christ, and we'll form the greatest nation on the face of the earth. You understand? And with that, shalom.